Hello, everybody. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signor, and I have to get this out right away. I am not a Hunger Games fan, okay? So just know I have bias on the story. It is what it is. I thought, I didn't read the books, watch the movies, and I thought, like, they were okay. At least the first two were okay. And then that Mockingjay part 1 and 2, just especially part 1, really just didn't care. But I know a lot of people watch those movies, and a lot of people really like the books, and a lot of people are excited for this new prequel book coming from Suzanne Collins called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Terrible title. But anyway, this prequel series is coming out. They announced this over the summer, and now it's coming out, and we didn't know much about it. Who would be the hero? Where did this take place? What's going to happen? Well, we've just learned, and it sounds really, really stupid. And what's just really funny about it all is even the fans. I've pulled some fans because this just came out. I pulled some fan reactions to this new excerpt and this revelation, and they aren't happy. A lot of the fans are just like, nope. Took this out of my shopping cart. No thanks. So what's causing all this stir? Let's get to it, shall we? So, who's the star of the Hunger Games prequel? Read the exclusive first excerpt. Meet your new hero. We know Coriolanus Snow from Suzanne Collins' original trilogy and in the film adaptations where he's portrayed by Donald Sutherland. That's right. He played President Snow, the evil dictator tyrant. He was a manipulative tyrant, villain, brutal killer. That's right. But those were Katniss Everdeen's novels. After all, and Snow's dictatorial presidency stood as the main antagonist to her resistance-underdog story. But what if there was more to him than we know? What if he could be, crazy as it sounds, a hero? I'm sorry, that sounds stupid. Whoever had to write this article, apologies. Clearly you had to sell a book. Is this under the same publishing company that owns EW? Oh my God. Anyway, let's keep going. Last June, Scholastic announced that Collins had written a prequel set 64 years before the events of the Hunger Games titled The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, out May 19th. And now EW can offer eager fans a taste of what to expect with this first excerpt and reveal that Snow is our new protagonist, a teenager born to privilege, but searching for something more, a far cry from the man we know he will become. Here, he's friendly, he's charming, and for now anyway, he's a hero. Let's take a look. What? Oh, I can't wait to read all about young, what's his name again? Coriolanus? How do you say that? Coriolanus. Coriolanus Snow. Yes, of course. Thank you. I got there. I know how to read. Coriolanus Snow. Here he is as a young gentleman who's, I'm sure, the ladies' man and very charming and friendly. And he looks like a weird albino Willy Wonka as portrayed by Sacha Baron Cohen, younger. I don't know. It's creepy. Anyway, he's our star. Here we go. Here's our hero. And now we get to see the villainous Donald Sutherland played by, I wish we had his, Kiefer Sutherland was younger. He could have played this character. Maybe Kiefer has a son. Anyway, here's Donald Sutherland as a boy. And we're going to watch him as the hero. Because look, guys, how else do you do prequels, right? You got a Anakin, right? Oh, he was really troubled. That's now the key, is making a prequel. Tell the story of the villain, but the villain really wasn't that bad, guys. As crazy as it may sound, it was really a hero. The whole line. You didn't even realize it. So look, what do I know? Let's go ahead and see. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm crazy. Let's see this excerpt. Now, I'm going to go through this excerpt as best as I can. I might give up because it's a little long. But fans aren't having this. So stay tuned because I'm going to go through some of the fan comments so you can see how they're reacting to it. But here we go. Let's do a little reading, shall we? Excerpt from Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. Here we go. I'll give you a nice reading voice. Here we go. The grand staircase of the academy could hold the entire student body, so easily accommodated the stream of officials, professors, and students headed for the reaping day festivities. Coriolanus climbed it slowly, attempting a casual dignity in case he caught anyone's eye. People knew him, or at least they had known his parents and grandparents, and there was a certain standard expected of a Snow. This year, beginning this very day, he was hoping to achieve personal recognition as well. Mentoring in the Hunger Games was his final project before graduating from the Academy at midsummer. If he had given an impression, if he gave an impressive performance as mentor with his outstanding academic record, Coriolanus. There we go. Let's call him Coriolanus. Coriolanus should be awarded a monetary prize substantial enough to cover his tuition at the university. Oh my goodness, he's so lucky. There would be 24 tributes, one boy and one girl from each of the 12 defeated districts, drawn by lottery to be thrown into an arena to fight to the death in the Hunger Games. It was all laid out in the Treaty of Treason that had ended the dark days of the district's rebellion, one of the many punishments borne by the rebels. As in the past, the tributes would be dumped into the Capitol arena, a now dilapidated amphitheater that has been used for sports and entertainment events before the war, along with some weapons to murder one another. Viewing was encouraged in the Capitol, but a lot of people avoided it. How to make it more engaging was the challenge. Oh, here comes our hero. He's going to make this murder spree more engaging. With that, that would be an interesting story, but no, I don't think that's where we're going to go. With this in mind, for the first time, the tributes were to be assigned mentors. 24 of the Academy's best and brightest seniors had been tapped for the job. The specifics of what this entailed was still being worked out. There was talk of preparing each tribute for a personal interview, maybe some grooming for the cameras. Everyone agreed that if the Hunger Games were to continue, they needed to evolve into a more meaningful experience and be the pairing of the Capitol youth with the district tributes had people intrigued. Coriolanus made his way through an entry draped in black banners, down a vaulted passage, and into a cavernous Heavensby Hall, where they would be watching the broadcast of the reaping ceremony. He was by no means late, but the hall was already humming with faculty and students, and a number of games officials who were not required for the opening day's broadcast. Of avoxes wove through the crowd with trays of pasca and a concoction of watery wine laced with honey and herbs. It was an intoxicating version of the sour stuff that had sustained the capital through the war, supposedly fending off illness. Coriolanus took a goblet and swished a little of the porsuck around his mouth, hopefully rinsing away any trace of cabbage breath. But he only allowed himself one swallow. It was stronger than most people thought, and in previous years he had seen upperclassmen make complete fools of themselves by imbibing too deeply. The world still thought Coriolanus was rich, but his only real currency was charm, which he spread liberally as he made his way through the crowd. Faces lit up as he gave friendly hellos to students and teachers alike, asking about family members, dropping compliments here and there. Your lecture on district retaliation haunts me. Love the bangs. How did your mother's back surgery go? Well, tell her she's my hero. Oh my God, people read this and are excited? Dean Casca Highbottom, the man credited with the creation of the Hunger Games, was overseeing the mentor program personally. He presented himself to the students with all the verve of a sleepwalker, dreamy-eyed and, as usual, doped up on morphling. His once fine physique was shrunken and draped with sagging skin. The closed-clipped precision of a recent haircut and crisp suit only threw his deterioration into relief. Due to his fame as the game's inventor, he still had a tenuous hold of his position, but there were rumors that the Academy Board was losing patience. "Ho there!" he slurred, waving a crumpled piece of paper over his head. Reading the things off now, the student hushed, trying hard to hear him above the din of the hall. "Read you a name, then you who gets that one, right?" "Right, so fine. District 1, boy goes to..." Dean Highbottom squinted at the paper, trying hard to focus. "Glasses," he mumbled. "Forget them." Everyone stared at his glasses, already pinched above his nose, and he waited while his fingers found them. Ah, here we go. "Livia Cardew." Livia's pointed little face broke into a grin, and she punched the air in victory, shouting "yes" in her shrill voice. Oh, well, there we go. She can't like this woman because she's shrill. She has always been prone to gloating, as if this plum assignment was solely a reflection of her, and not of her mother running the largest bank in the capital. Aren't you just so relating and loving these characters? Coriolanus felt increasing desperation as Dean Highbottom stumbled through the list, assigning each district's boy and girl a mentor. After 10 years, a pattern had emerged. The better-fed, more capital-friendly districts of 1 and 2 produced more victors, with the fishing and farming tributes from 4 and 11 also being contenders. Coriolanus had been hoped for either a 1 or 2. but neither was assigned to him, which made him more insulting. When Ski-Janus Plinth scored the District 2 boy, District 4 passed without mention of his name, and his last real chance for a victor, the District 11 boy, was assigned to Clemencia Dovecote, daughter of his Energy's secretary. Unlike Livia, Clemencia received news of her good fortune with tact, pushing her sheet of raven hair over her shoulder as she studiously made note of her tribute in her binder. Something was amiss when a Snow, who has also happened to be one of the Academy's high honor students, had gone unrecognized. Coriolanus was beginning to think they had forgotten him. Perhaps they were giving him some special position, when, to his horror, he heard Dean Highbottom mumble, "And last but not least, District 12 girl. She belongs to Coriolanus Snow." Oh, she got the 12 girl, which was that the one he didn't want? Oh my God, how is this rich person gonna handle this challenge? I am just so invested in this book. Let's see what some of these comments, boy. Sorry. So a teenage boy who wants to be involved with the Hunger Games system ends up doing exactly that, and this story is showing how he gets excited, exactly what he wants over the years, even if he has some misgivings about it, such as getting District 12 mentee he's already prejudged against. I'm sorry, but what's the story going to be? Here's how Snow had to navigate the corporate system in order to get involved in the same corrupt system that he made more brutal. It's called human complexity. Let's read it and then form an opinion, shall we? Suzanne Collins knows what she's doing. The last paragraph, instant chills. Suzanne Collins is back. All right, well, there's some here. That book series already made is called Hunger Games. Some of these let's get to some of these other. I thought this changed. Here we go. Here's Amber, a fan, apparently. Me removing the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes from my anticipated TBR. Oh, no thanks. Here's Karali, me taking Ballad of Song and Snakes off my TBR and out of my shopping cart because F books about privileged white men coming into abusive power. Oh, you write that. You go for it. Yeah, let's hear your take. I love it. Here we go. LJ Lawless. This is actually the one thing that can completely kill my excitement for Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The Hunger Games prequel is going to follow President Snow as a teen and make him seem like a nice guy? Ugh. Can we talk about how I'm glad I wasn't played? I didn't get excited about A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, in part because of that dumbass title or that ugly cover. But you want me to read a President Snow origin book? I'm good. The excerpt was cute, but I'm still good. Don't care how to explore this further. Enjoy your readings of this. Here's my favorite. Farrah Alexander. President Snow is the protagonist in the Hunger Games prequel book. Go ahead and be mad, but this is what y'all get for giving the Joker all those Oscar noms. Look, I don't know what they're doing. Why would I want to read this privileged white guy? She's right. Why would I want to read this boring privileged guy who we know becomes a bad guy and listen to his oh, I must rise above the ranks of my district. Why am I not getting liked enough? And I need more attention. And but Antagonist got attention and I didn't. Oh my God, shoot me in the face. This sounds terrible. This sounds so stupid. You're going to make a prequel series. Introduce us to some new characters. You just are relying on the lazy prequel trope of going back to see that the villain wasn't the bad guy. I mean, come on, Suzanne Collins. I know you want the money, and you'll probably make a lot of it. I'm sure you got to advance on this book because the other ones were so successful. So good on you for cashing in. Hunger Games residuals are probably dropping down, not like they used to be. And so you need some new ammo. And clearly they're going to want to make a movie out of this, no doubt. But what? We got to go back and see weird young President Snow? Why? Who cares? We know where it goes. What is with prequels? Oh my God, I'm so over these prequels of, well, no, you thought you knew the story, but you didn't. People are so afraid of going into the future of writing new stories. What happens? And if anything, let's go to the first Hunger Games. If I'm going to go to a prequel to Hunger Games, like the first Purge, I want to know, how did this happen? Why? What happened that first year? Let's see those first few years of the Hunger Games. But then there's no, hero at the end of it because they kept going until Katniss, so you can't really go there. But that's more interesting to me. Maybe the movie will, do a part of, letting us see that, but then what can Snow do? He made the games more brutal and crazy and kept it going for 46 years until they took him down and saved the class and let the lower middle class finally have a shot at doing things. I mean, how is this going to be? How can this be good? How can this be good? Look, you can go back and say, well, the prequels of the Star Wars, they made, I think not only they worked, sure they gave us insight, but were they really needed? No, I don't personally think so. So I don't know what she's thinking. You could have gone a million different ways. You could have introduced a bunch of new interesting characters, but she chose to go with this weird title. And our hero is Coriolanus Snow, who just seems so preppy and hoity-toity, and I have no interest of ever reading or seeing anything about this again. So, am I crazy, or are you with me? Does this look extra, extra stupid? Tell me down below. Hit me up on social media. Didn't think the Hunger Games could get stupider, but here we go. I want to hear all about it, and tune in tonight, Tuesday. It's Tuesday for a Nerd Wars one-on-one versus me versus Jody. And then Thursday, I'm back with a live Nerd Wars. It's going to be a lot of fun with Chris Gore from Film Threat and another special guest. So stay tuned. Those are coming. That's it. Hit subscribe, hit join, follow along, and thank you so much for your support. Bye, everybody.